Hey, what's going on guys, it's Flaws, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you different abilities for Sage on Bind. I'm going to be starting on the attacker side and then moving to the defender side. Starting off over on the A side, there's going to be a lineup for backside right at the start, so we're going to push up right against this box like this. Right here there's an outline of a triangle, as you guys can see. You're just going to aim right at the bottom of that dark one, just like that. It's going to bounce off the building and land a default box. This one's really good because it's going to get all of it, so even if they peek the very back or the very front, they're going to be slowed, and you can probably trade it. To slow Heaven at the start around, what you can do, come up right against this box like this. You'll see that there's this white light, just come up from that to this red blinking light, to the height of that, so just like this. Throw your slow orb, and that's going to land right in Heaven. I'll show you guys right now. I'll boost up so you guys can see into it. But it's going to land like this and covers all of Heaven. So for the left side of A short, what you're going to do is come to this bigger box right at the start. You can come into this area. You'll see right here on the thickest and the tallest piece right here. So you're going to come up from where the light meets the dark side, just like this. And you're going to put your orb just barely touching right here. So as you can see, pull up, pull out your orb, aim up just a little bit higher. So I'm going to line it up again. Just like that, and throw. Does not have to be perfect once again, guys, but this one's going to land a little bit deeper than if you were to just throw it another way. And it gets all this area, and even back in here a little bit, so it makes this rotate extremely hard for them. So after you throw that first orb towards A short, what you can do is follow it up with your second one, a little bit deeper in the site. So as you can see here, there's a smoke that crosses, and then there's these two wires, so come to the lower part on the wire, where it touches the smoke is going to mess around a little bit, it's going to move a little bit, but it doesn't matter in this case because you're just going to come up here, throw it right at the bottom of the smoke where it meets the wire. And what that's going to do is just land a little bit deeper in the site. So once you guys take the site, the rotates coming in are going to be slowed. And this guy in this area, if this is already up and this is already up, he's basically going to be useless on the site because he's just slowed to the point where you can't do anything if you plant on the front side of this truck. Also, for the plant on the front side of this truck, for pistol round, what you can do is run up here like this, throw this wall up, and plant. As I said before, you cannot break walls very easily on pistol round, so that's almost a free plant, and then you just can play the time after that. If you're taking this short area, and you don't want to be seen by Heaven, but you still want to throw a slow orb into it, what you can do is, right before you turn this corner like this, just aim right above this box, like right about here, and throw your orb. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but this one's just really good because you don't have to peek and you can already have the person slowed by the time you're peeking. So once you guys have control of the site, a lot of the times this is a really good spot to throw an orb into. I'm not going to show you like a fancy lineup for it, but just turning this corner, maybe you just came out of here, or maybe you haven't came out yet. You'll see this rectangle just right here, just aim in the middle of it and throw an orb like that. That's just going to land a little bit deeper in there and get farther in. If you're coming from this short area, what you can do is you'll see right here there's this vent and there's a line where the two walls meet, the angled one and the non-angled one. So just aim to the right of that just a little bit. Throw your orb right there. This one's same thing, it's just going to slow rotates. It's not going to get as deep as the other one because the angle just doesn't work that way. But people coming out of here, they're going to have a lot harder time because they're going to be slowed, and that just buys you time for your team. And it's a really good way just to win the rounds. Say you're playing Sage and you planted the spike right here. It's a really good plant, so you guys probably have used this before. What you can actually do is if you're trapped, maybe someone's Heaven, you know that, and maybe someone's rotating in. You can actually plant a wall like this while crouching. Pull out your gun. You can fight this person Heaven at a really weird angle for them. And if no one's Heaven, what you can do is peek right up. And that way you have an angle on rotates, and it's a really cool off angle because it's not going to be checked a lot of the time, because as they're coming into the site from this angle, they're going to check here, and then it's usually from here, you snap to this side, see if anyone's on that, but in that transition period, you're going to have an angle on them, so it's here, then they're swinging, not expecting this person, so puts you at a really good advantage, and you guys should try it in your games. At the start of the round for the attackers in the middle, what you can do, this is going to be walled off, so you can walk right up into this corner like this, have your lineup ready to go, which is just on this left sign right here, just put it right in the middle, right on the yellow sign. And then right when the round starts, you can throw this. It's going to bounce off like that. Now if anybody's going for a pick in the middle, you'll know Or if they're just like this, waiting for you, you'll hear them start to move away. So that's just really good to stop aggression at the start of the round. In the middle, there's a very fancy lineup that you can do. There's this first brick right here that comes out of the wall, and there's a second one. So go to the second one and go past it, just like this. And then what you're going to do is stay crouching, line it up right here. So there's a little tick on the door frame right here. It's like a little darker. Come to the left of that till right in the middle, so right here. And while you're still crouching, throw it. It's going to bounce once, bounce twice, and land inside of here. As you can see, it gets this whole back area. So what this is really good for is you combine this one with, in the exact same position, so I'm going to show you guys. Just like this. You throw the first one, then what you do, stand up, throw the second one right to the left of this window, just like that, while you're walking. So the second one gets right here, the first one ends right about right here. So this just completely covers all of the middle area and making sure nobody pushes through right at the start of the round. And they're probably going to call for a little bit of a rotation because this puts a lot of pressure on this guy holding this area. Once you have this B long position, what you can do is walk up right against this wall. Maybe you have a teammate holding it for you. You're going to see this overhang come to the left of this piece that is coming out of the overhang. And then you're going to aim up to this cylinder right here. So just like this. You're going to throw your slow orb. And then if you have a second one, what you can do is still running to the site. Have your back against this wall while you're running. And then you'll see this arrow on the wall. Just walk up with it and throw it against that pole. So the first one lands on the left side of the site, and the second one lands on the back right side of the site. It also gets into this area enough, so if anyone's rotating in, you're going to be slowed. So it's really good just to maintain control of the site. So this first wall I'm going to show you guys is right after you plant the spike, or maybe your teammate just planted the spike. You can run up on this box like this, and if you're aiming high enough, you can actually just put a wall right in this space right here. That's just going to cut off the rotates and make it so you have a little bit more time just to get set up on the site. If you don't want to use that one, what you can actually do is come right here. You can angle it just on top of this box, or you don't have to throw it from here, but I just think this is probably the easiest way. And then you can back up here. Once again, you can see people's feet. I'm going to show you from the defender's point of view. I'm going to break these down. So when they turn the site, as you can see their feet, but they can't see you into hookah until they crouch up into here. So it just gives you another one-way angle, and it's really good for killing the rotates. If you're defending the A side at the start of the round, what you can do is come right into this corner of the default box. You'll see this little column on the roof right there, and there's a piece of the vent. So you're going to come to the height of this left corner piece of the vent, so right here, and you're coming up from the column, so right about there. You're going to throw your orb. Then what you can do is push up with it. That's just going to make sure no one's pushing up right away. You can have a wall like this, not even be seen, and put your wall up like that if you want. And that's just going to basically give you all of Bathroom's control at the start of the round. If you're holding A short at the start of the round, you will actually beat them by throwing an orb just right up the wall like this, nothing fancy to it or anything. But I would also save your second orb just for later in the round, because if you throw both your orbs very early, they could just come back and retake this area. So if they do take this area and maybe they're putting a lot of pressure on you, maybe they even wall this off right here, it's going to be very difficult to hold. But if they wall you off right here, just to help your teammates on the actual B site, what you can do is just throw an orb through the teleporter with them as they push through. So I'll show you what it looks like from their point of view. They're going to be slowed coming through this teleporter all the way till they get to the top of mid right here. So it just buys your teammates on B a lot of time. On A short, there's these boxes that have pieces in the middle right here. You can actually put an ice wall along this piece as long as it's touching the top of it. So right here, as you can see, you can go up with it or go down a little bit. The lower you go here, the better, because if you want to put an ice wall like this, then you can hold this bottom position, so anyone running in, you'll actually see before they see you. You can even see a little bit back there, but watch out, because if they're sniping in the very back, they can see down. I'll show you from their point of view. So right here, they turn the corner. Obviously, they can't see you. Still can't see you. This wall will be up, so they still can't see you. And only when they come right here, so past this wall, crouching, then they can finally start to see you on the right side. But if you're on the left, they still can't see you. So the only way they could possibly see you is in the very back here, like I was saying. So if you go to the right just a little bit, you can actually see everyone's feet coming in and they can't see you. So it's a really good trick to know. If you're playing in the middle of the map as a defender, you can obviously use your orbs very early in the round by just coming around this corner and throwing at that pot right here. So throw it like there. It's gonna just get the bottom and middle. If they're still coming through them and you know you can't hold it, what you can do is come back here, throw an ice wall up like that, and sit right behind it. So what this is gonna do, it's gonna give you that one way that I like to always do on sites. So for the attackers, what it looks like is they turn the corner. They can't see over it, obviously. They come right here, still can't see over it. And you might even see some attackers try to jump over the wall like this. But the thing is, they get stuck right at this because this piece of cloth that's hanging off the ceiling will block their hitboxes. So even if you get a kill and you see that they're pushing over, you can fall off safely knowing that they can't get through until the wall's broken. So it's a really good way to slow down the B hit. So if you guys are playing towards B long at the start of the round, what you can actually do is, you know, obviously you could go for this pick and maybe you get it, or maybe you see a bunch of guys. What you can do really quickly, come back here. I always see people put a wall up just like this, and it's not terrible. Obviously it's a ice wall that they have to break through, but you can make it more efficient by coming right here, turning your wall like this, and then placing it so it's halfway in this doorway and halfway covering it. So just like right about there. And what this does is if they want to go on the left side, they're going to have to break this wall just to get through here. They're going to have to go on the right side by breaking this wall and this wall. And if they go on this left side here, they're going to have to break this third wall right here in the back. So either way, they're going to have to break at least 2 walls instead of just 1 to get through. So just keep that in mind when you guys are holding sites. You can use orbs while they're breaking them, slow them down a little bit more, and it's just going to buy you more time. If you give up the B site and you're trying to retake it, or maybe your teammates lost it over at B and you're coming from A, what you can do, right after you clear this angle right here, you can clear this angle, and then if you know that they're on site and you don't want to peek out all the way, what you can do, just come right to this corner of this wall like this, walk forward, and throw an orb like that. That's just going to go over the box, so anyone playing in this close angle or in the middle of the site, or just holding back here, they're going to be slowed so that they can't peek you. And in that time, what you can do is just clear these other angles a little bit more, maybe clear the back side even. That orb's a lot easier obviously to throw, it's just like that. And that's just going to cut their hold in half basically because they can't trade off of each other as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also subscribe if you guys want to see more videos on different agents in Valorant. If you guys have a specific agent you guys want me to review and go over, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, flaws out.
Cause I got it like that, flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light. Can you get it when you miss me? Like I'm with whiskey, drinking Jim Beam. Yeah, baby, do you do it that way? Do you do that? Do you take a break?